Hey, this is Jeff. Welcome back to Coito Ergo Sum, Less Talk, More Action, a series with zero sugar, zero trans fat, and zero cholesterol, but all the flavor you'd expect in a full-bodied walkthrough. So like a month ago, I did photo shoots with a bunch of rangers because I knew I was about to fail Don't Tread on the Bear the next time I talked to Yes Man, which I did the following week, so I thought I was locked out of any more NCR military models. Then 2 weeks ago, I discovered that only locks you out of the NCR ending. It doesn't lock you out of most NCR side quests. So I actually was still able to recruit NCR models. So last week I recruited a bunch of officers and NCOs, while my reputation is still spotless. Well, except for failing to prevent the assassination. But my faction standing is still idolized, which means most of their speech challenges are easy or completely bypassed. And I figure I might as well pick up the last officer and the enlisted personnel before I do anything that might cause the NCR to like me any less. Conveniently, I was just on the strip, so it's right on my way to swing by the soup kitchen and talk to Major Kieran. Huh. Well, that's not good. I guess she packs up the operation after you resolve the conflict with the Kings. Well, hopefully after we hire a staff photographer, we'll be able to give her an assignment to find Major Kieran. Otherwise, I guess she won't be in the magazine this time. Don't worry. You'll get to see somebody naked today.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work, and said to give you this.
Thanks. Ooh, caps. Nice. I mean, I don't mean to sound ungrateful for the irradiated scraps of so-called food that he usually gives me, but it's the thought that counts. Anyway, all is not lost. We'll be going right by the sharecropper farm, so we can ask Private Ortega. North gate's closer, but then I'd have to run all the way around the perimeter. The east gate's easier. Probably have to kill a few thugs, but oh well. No thugs? Oh, right. It's been a week since I played, but it's only been an hour in-game, so of course they haven't respawned yet. Yeah, there they are. She's usually stationed by this gate. Hey, have you seen Private Ortega?
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Not what I asked. Maybe she's off duty, checking the barracks. Yeah, there she is.
Don't know about you.
Is there something I can do for you?
A Hearts and Minds mission would be a lot more interesting than this. Interested?
Make it quick.
That's a more difficult challenge than I was expecting. Pose for Lollipops magazine. It would be good for morale, including yours.
All right, I'll do it.
The studio is in Mountain Springs. Find somebody to relieve you for a few hours.
Let's get going.
Seems like with officers, your reputation matters more than clearance from the brass, I guess because they're used to exercising their own discretion, and the grunts are the other way around, which makes sense. Now I'm hungry and thirsty. Take care of that after the photo shoot. And there she is without her helmet. With the refugee situation in Bitter Springs improving, Captain Gillis should hold a seminar for the troops on how to take your time and be sexy taking off your hat. Thought that joke might be getting old, but she thought it was funny. All right, I'm going to grab a quick bite upstairs, and we can go talk to Private Morales. I could probably use some sleep too, but I'm not suffering from sleep deprivation, and I'm not going all the way back to Parump, because the XP bonus for being well rested would probably wear off before I get to McCarran anyway.
Hello.
Angie? And what's on the menu? Noodles? Gecko kebab? That'll work.
Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
Apparently I never did her quest. With a save game this old, it's hard to remember. Anyway, you look upset. What's wrong?
I know. I've been crying. Stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
How did he die?
He was out on patrol. Bunch of drugged-up fiends attacked them. Esteban laid down cover fire while the others fell back. One of the men saw him get shot. He didn't die, though. Not then. They tried to go back for him, but there were too many fiends and they had to pull out. Damn savages chased them halfway to McCarran.
Don't worry. I'll recover your husband's body.
Mister, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the Repcon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
Okay, we'll go do that real quick. I was actually in McCarran Airport a few months ago, in real life, and it was so tempting to jump over the railing and land on the slot machines so I didn't have to walk all the way around to the escalators. Okay, it really wasn't. Not that physics or fall damage worried me, but TSA would have been totally up my ass. So I think I explained in episode 1 that I started this playthrough from a save game right before the objective to confront Benny. Any character I like enough to play through multiple endings in the vanilla game, I always drop a save there. Courier Jeff is my main New Vegas character, so of course I had a save there for him. But it had been a while since I played from that spot, so I don't always remember what quests I already completed, what ones I haven't. Yeah, the casualties have ammo and dog tags. Yeah, like there. Unvisited compass marker on the ant farm. The pattern I'm seeing is that anything that would get me faction fame is already done, and things that don't aren't. Like real life Jeff, sometimes Courier Jeff wants to be confrontational, but being diplomatic and helpful is just in his nature, which is why he was already idolized by all but 2 or 3 of the factions when I dropped the save. In terms of gameplay mechanics, that's a logical point to save because your infamy with the NCR and Legion get reset right after you confront Benny. It doesn't reset your fame, so you can do anything that might piss them off and then be right back to idolized for the last half of the main quest. I mean, when you commit to one of the factions for the end game, like I'm locked into the Yes Man path right now, it does annoy the other factions, but not nearly as badly as if you were starting from in a hole. And that unvisited marker is Esteban's corpse. Apparently, I have visited Repcon HQ. Oh, yeah, of course I did, for the Brotherhood. You come here during Still in the Dark. Anyway, the point of all that is, I'm surprised I didn't do this quest for Morales when I was farming NCR fame. You know, it would save me some ammo if the fiends would take some pot shots at these robots, and then the robots could help, but not gonna get that lucky.
Disreputable, I shouldn't wonder.
That it? Alright, let's go get Esteban's body. And now we just take him down to the NCR checkpoint. You know, the prompt to search Ranger Morales is really starting to erode my respect for the dead. I can't take it anymore. Dog tag. Rat away. Already defiled a corpse, might as well take the stim pack too. I got a few dog tags from the casualties around Camp McCarran too, which makes me wonder. My reputation with the Legion is currently Wild Child, which is when you have max fame and max infamy, so it's technically a neutral reputation level. So, can I still sell dog tags to Severus? I'm going to have to check that out, because ordinarily you can have dialogue and barter with neutral factions, but I got the fame from doing a lot of just odds and ends, while I got the infamy by murdering the faction leader. So even though they're technically neutral, they might not be that happy with me. I should probably just be happy that they're not sending assassins after me.
Oh my god, are you okay? You've got to get to a medic. Doc Kemp can patch you up back at base. How could you sacrifice your body like that? You never even met him. If the NCR doesn't have a medal for this, they should make one up.
I sniped the fiends from like a quarter-mile away. They didn't hit me once. Unless you mean the hernia I got from carrying Esteban's body down here. Anyway, yeah, I did it because I made a promise to Private Morales.
That must be some kind of code of honor you hold yourself to. You're like a man possessed. We'll make sure Ranger Morales' body gets sent back home. You don't have to, pick him up on your shoulder and haul him to California. Even though I believe you would if you had to. You should go tell Private Morales the news. I know she'll be relieved.
Yeah. If by code of honor you mean wanting to get his widow naked, then yeah, like a man possessed. We'll just put the body down back here where it's nice and safe, and go talk to Christina.
Did you start looking for Esteban? I guess my directions could have been better.
I brought his body to an NCR position. He's on his way back to McCarran.
They put him in a box? With a flag and all? I hope so. He'd have been proud. You're too good for this rotten town. First kind thing anybody ever did for me in Esteban. You ever need anything, all you need to do is ask. Thank you so much.
Well, since you mention it... Christina, what are you doing with that pistol? I know this is a rough time for you, but...
Feels better knowing that Esteban's not out there in the waste, but he's still gone, you know?
Did you ever read Lollipops magazine? I'm the publisher.
No.
You've heard of it, right? Maybe Esteban liked to read it.
I don't know. Maybe?
I bet Esteban would have been proud to be married to a supermodel. Pose for Lollipops magazine.
You're fucking kidding me. Hell no.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I guess that was too soon then. Sorry, Veronica. I know you were looking forward to that, but I'm an idiot. The cheat sheet doesn't say anything about a cooldown timer after you recover the body, but duh. Boulder City. I'm 99% sure Private Gilbert disappears from the game after you complete Boulder City Showdown. But since I'm in the neighborhood, won't hurt to stop by and check. In fact, it might even be easier to get to Cottonwood Cove from there instead of going down 95. Okay, that's just a caravan. And I don't see any other compass ticks. So, yeah, she's gone. So, let's see. That means if we can, after we hire a photographer, we'll need to send her after Ranger Ghost, who won't pose until the brass okays it, which is probably not going to happen. Major Kieran, who disappears after GI Blues, Private Gilbert, who disappears after Boulder City's showdown, and Private Morales because I'm a dick. Plus, there are a few others, like Corporal Betsy, who you can't recruit yourself at all. You have to use the photographer them. So anyway, to Cottonwood Cove. Oh yeah, he's hostile. Veronica. I don't actually want to kill him if I don't have to. It'd be nice if I could just get around him. Oh, if he goes for Veronica, I'm gonna have to. Oh, she's got him on the run. Oh, it'd be great if she chased him off a cliff and he died from the fall. Oh, more of them down there. Okay, I know this probably means the Legion is permanently hostile at this point, which, you know, I killed Caesar, so that would make sense, but there's still a remote chance those guys were just survivors from the battle at Nelson, and they're still hostile from that. Veronica, you still back there? Don't pick a fight if you don't have to. I don't think they're pursuing. Good. So, all we should have to worry about now is fire geckos. Yeah, only fire geckos, but when you're planning to walk into a huge, well-armed camp full of high-level characters who might not be happy that you assassinated their emperor, fire geckos don't seem that bad. And this should be it right up here. I think maybe I'll do a little recon first and not just walk in the main road.
Ordinary guys with knives and bullets, and they're taking over Nevada.
All right.
Hey, you got a second?
Not really, but what is it?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
Why don't you just go back on your own?
Wow, don't everybody volunteer all at once now? I could do that. You're not interested in coming along? Hate to break up the band over a silly little thing like the future of everyone I care about.
All right, but I mean, we're this close. I'm not walking all the way back here. Can it wait?
Sure, yeah, just not too long, okay? I worry about them sometimes.
Well, I didn't think that I was that close to triggering her loyalty mission. I had only heard her comment on one other location, but I either missed one somewhere or the thresholds are different than I thought. Well, that is not a safe place to drop down. No, definitely not. Veronica found an unsafe place. 2, apparently. You all right? Jeez. All right. Great. I hope we get into combat because I think we're both at half health from stumbling down the damn hill. Uh-huh. Yeah, that guy's red. This is not looking good. Well, I'm not going to go home without being 100% sure. I want to get eyes on Severus. Oh man, there are guys all over the place now. Well, I mean, you know, there are always guys all over the place down here, but don't start any trouble. You're in passive mode, right? You default to that. Yep, that's Severus, and he's definitely hostile. Now what am I going to do with all these dog tags? All right, let's scoot. Oh!
Hey!
Oh. We are so screwed. Oh, couldn't leave well enough alone. Ow. Hello.
You like that? Retribution!
Oh, I don't want to kill Canyon Runner. Don't want to kill any named character because
For
they...
the Brotherhood.
Retribution!
What am I saying? They're permanently hostile at this point, even if I hadn't killed Kaisar.
I'm gonna need some new limbs.
Probably snub me because I'm working with Yes Man, even if I hadn't done that. And I'm sure I've already done any of the side quests they were willing to give me before I killed Benny, because that's how my reputation got to idolized. And my fame's already maxed, so there wouldn't be any point anyway. Except for loot. While I spend half my money on getting Angie out of her contract, it's still not like I'm poor, so... Fire at will! Although, really, there's no reason to waste ammo when there are other solutions available. Came in from a weird angle. I'm not sure what the best escape route is at this point. Well, if they're not going to swarm me, I guess I'll just go up the main road. Opening this door will release highly radioactive barrels into Cottonwood Cove, potentially killing everyone in the camp. Whoops. It's like a clown car. Any more? Well, now I feel really bad about being a dick to Esteban's widow, because now I'm using his rat away. Alright, I guess we'll take Veronica back to Hidden Valley. I wasn't going to do her loyalty mission, but since she started it, having it in my quest log will drive me nuts if I don't. Oh man, how many of these guys are there? I'm pretty sure they only send hit squads if your infamy is higher than your fame, which mine isn't, despite the assassination and the WMD attack. Great. If you don't see any videos from me in the next few years, it's probably because I mentioned TSA and WMDs in the same episode. Anyway, I don't know if this is the crew from Nipton who still haven't made it back to Cottonwood Cove, or... Station Charlie's right there, so maybe this is the raiding party who destroyed that? I always assumed the attack happened off-screen when you talk to Ranger Andy, but maybe this is them leaving? Oh shit, Veronica! Oh, mother... Damn it! Well, that sucks. Tempted to load an autosave, but... You know what? I'm always bragging about taking my role-playing seriously, so put your money where your mouth is. Courier Jeff needs a few emotional scars of his own, and getting your friend killed because you were being so callous about mass murder seems like a pretty good one. Of course, this means now you all die. Or it could mean now I die. There are like a dozen of these guys and they came out of nowhere. It's definitely not a hit squad because they're labeled as Legion Assassins. And it's way too many to be a random encounter, so I don't know what's going on. And apparently, despite what we've been taught by action movies, blind, vengeful rage does not make you shoot any straighter. Fortunately, my stim packs are still hotkeyed because I'm gonna be popping these things like beer nuts.
Retribution. Retribution.
Hello.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it. Bad time to reload.
Come on! Retribution!
That's what I was thinking. Oh, you're not running now. Oh, cowering will not save you. Is that it? I think that's it. Well, might as well loot the bodies for ammo and healing items. She has to be around here somewhere. I didn't run that far during the battle. I was on a ridge looking down when they killed her, and I think this is the one. Oh. Yeah, there she is, hidden in the grass. Veronica, I am so sorry. But at least last few weeks on Earth, you got to have fun of a kind you probably never expected. Why does she have 3 sporks? Well, every time I eat a meal with this, I'll think of you. On the bright side, I don't have to do her loyalty mission now. On the not-so-bright side, I have to go tell McNamara what happened. I mean, I don't have to, but role-playing.
Welcome, outsider, welcome. The lockdown has been officially lifted, and everyone seems to be in good spirits.
Don't!
With the surface open to us once again, Hardin's already started talk of sending a force out to attack Helios, but I hope to dissuade him. What can I do for you?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, so I'm just going to say it. Veronica was killed in a Legion ambush because she was with me. I hope this doesn't change your policy on the lockdown.
We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection.
I never thought in a million years I would say this, but I want to join the Brotherhood. Veronica was my friend. I ribbed her a little bit about being a pervert, but she was a good person. If I just told her to come back here and talk to you alone, she'd still be alive, so I kind of feel like I owe it to her to keep helping you guys out.
You've certainly earned the right, but I'm afraid there's a slight matter of protocol that must be dealt with first. Exceptional individuals, like yourself, are sometimes allowed to join the Brotherhood if they perform a valuable service for it. While your actions up to this point have been commendable, I am afraid they don't quite qualify as such a service. However, I do have another task that fits the bill rather nicely. Would you consider undertaking it?
Of course. Just tell me what you need and I'll get it done.
As one of our patrols discovered, the mutants just to the northeast have become strangely violent in the years we were secluded. However, this turn of events could also be an opportunity. We mostly left the equipment of the communications array there alone, out of respect. As the inhabitants have now proven themselves hostile, no more respect will be accorded them, making their equipment fair game. I want you to head up to the summit of Black Mountain and install this remote signal transmitter in one of their consoles. It will allow us to tap into the radar and other detection systems running there, assuming they're still operational. If we're going to operate on the surface again, it would be nice to do so with as much information at our fingertips as possible. Good luck.
Kind of surprised he didn't have any actual dialogue about Veronica dying, considering how much bigger part companions play in New Vegas compared to Fallout 3. Anyway, this should be easy, because I know for a fact I completed Crazy Crazy Crazy, because when I loaded the save to start episode 1, Raoul was my companion, and ironically, I sent him back to the Lucky 38 because I didn't want to get him killed. But either way, Black Mountain should be abandoned now, so that'll be far easier than the much more difficult tasks that he said weren't enough to become a member, but whatever. If you've never done this before, the map marker is a little bit unintuitive. You need to go through the first floor of the broadcast building, down here. This is not the console. Out into the fenced-off area that you see coming up the hill. get Tabitha's key out from under the steps, and then go up to her room. Which, the stairs aren't in here, they're right here, outside. And on the second floor, which you can't get in without the key, just activate the console. Over here. This console appears to connect to radar and other detection systems. Install the remote signal transmitter. You quickly install the device as directed. Immediately, a small green light on it begins pulsing, indicating that it has begun transmitting. And now we just need to report back to McNamara. Obviously, this would be a lot more involved if the super mutants were still here. Because I fixed Tabitha's robot, I never had to come up here, so I never looted her ammo chests.
Greetings, my friend. I hope I can be of some assistance to you.
I installed the device up at Black Mountain as instructed.
Yes, we've already started receiving telemetry from it. This will be a great help in our future efforts, and I thank you. Now then, it is my great honor to bestow upon you the title of Paladin of the Brotherhood, for meritorious service above and beyond the call of duty. I'm afraid a formal ceremony was out of the question, given our current state, but I hope this will make up for it. I had the Knights refurbish a suit of our power armor for your use. It's one of the earlier models, but it should serve you well. Now I suppose I'm going to have to show you how to use it, aren't I?
Please do.
First, let's go over how to put it on. There. I think you've got the knack of it now. You should now be able to wear any kind of power armor you come across. I've also given the order that all of our equipment be made available to you, not just the more mundane arms. You're a member of the Brotherhood now, and your gear should reflect that. Lastly, you will be allowed to come and go as you please. You've done so much for us that to do otherwise would be a crime. I just ask that you keep the Brotherhood's interests at heart in all your dealings. Remember that you will always have a home here.
Guess I'd better give Torres the bad news. And see if she has any new goodies, since I just unlocked her full inventory. At a minimum, buy some 308 ammo, since I'm almost out. And lest we ever forget... I guess the physics engine decided to cheer me up a little bit. Did it glitch out of the level? No, just through the tabletop. Why is it red? It's weird. Don't think I've ever seen anything I took out of a dead character's inventory be marked as stealing afterwards.
Wanna sit and watch the fire for a bit?
Actually, that does sound nice.
It is.
Came out of nowhere, and there were so many on me, I didn't know there were even more on her, and by the time I realized she was in trouble, she was gone. I don't blame myself. I blame the Legion bastard who killed her, but, you know, if I hadn't killed Caesar, which I don't regret, you were there, you know he deserved it, but if I hadn't gone back to Cottonwood Cove to see if I could patch things up, or if I paid attention to the warning signs that wasn't going to be possible, if I hadn't let Veronica guilt me into taking her. If, you know. That's kind of appropriate. It's always darkest before the dawn, as they say. Well, on that uncharacteristically somber note, I think I'm going to call it a day. Actually, you know what would lighten the mood? Other than some guilt-purging sex with my naked girlfriend, a lively debate about whether it would be ethical to posthumously publish a photo shoot with a woman who is now deceased, and if so, how long the appropriate waiting period would be. Anyway, see you next week.